we talk a lot about we talk a lot about relationships, and we talk a lot about what it is that went wrong and why that one didn't work out, and what it is that we're going to do this time around to ensure that the next one is going to absolutely work out. And oftentimes it's almost like, because we think that there's something wrong or that something was so wrong, it's almost like we can't really get and reap and live the benefits, of the relationship. So we get angry, and we lose touch um, with our true selves. So the deal is, it's everything is kind of everything kind of works in the form of a system, you know, and how that is that you have a system that governs every country, every community, every religion, every doctrine, every company, every. I mean, you understand. There's a way in which all these things are supposed to be done. So, if that is the case, each person kind of gets indoctrinated in a different kind of way, depending on where it is that they're born. But the truth of the matter is that you're indoctrinated from the get go. You really are a spirit, and as a spirit you manifest. As a spirit, you're part of everything. In your human form, it is difficult sometimes for you to think of yourself as being everything, because on this level of life you see your life as being so flawed. But if it is that you take it back to a different space and take a look at the fact that you are a spirit, but on this journey you manifested in flesh, and some manifested in flesh and they, bear the resemblance of a man. And then another one comes as a woman. But we're all still spirits. But on this level of life, with all the indoctrinations and all that kind of stuff that we go through, we kind of forget about the fact that we're spirit, and that in the spiritual realm we are just one. So in a sense we're like a drop of water separated from the ocean. You know what I mean? We're still water, we still belong to the ocean, but we're just having a different experience right now. You know what I mean? We might be in a fish bowl, we might be in someone's bathtub, we might be in someone's cup being dragged. I mean, it doesn't. That's the kind of vibe. So that we just get we all just kind of get transported here, and we get caught up in the doctrine sometimes, because based on where it is that you were brought up, whatever it is that it takes to have that community or that country or that place run, that's what you're going to subscribe to, whether you like it or not. At some point in time, you might rebel against it, but ultimately, the indoctrination that takes place when you are in your early years, like before you could really make any kind of decision for yourself, those are subconscious, man. And those things, unless you go do some serious work, those things will continue to work you and work you and work you until the day you leave this earth. And which is really sad, because what that means is that you then don't get the opportunity to really explore all your possibilities on this level of life. Some people get caught up in just wanting the finances. Some people get caught up in wanting a relationship, the family, the this, the that, all of these different things. When you get caught up in all of these different systems, what now happens is that then you lose sight of who it is that you really are at your core, and then you start believing that you are, these things that they say you are, or somebody been telling you that you are a black person, you're a Christian, and you're a Muslim, and you're a Jew, and you're an Indian, and you're this, and you're all of these different things, when you're none of these things. These are just, it just happens to be that you manifest and you dropped in India, and that's the culture in India, so you're going to be dropped not to look anything different. And if you're dropped in Jamaica, if you drop wherever it is that you're dropped, that's just how it is. And if it so happens that you're supposed to be manifested through two people, meaning a man and a woman, and you come through that process, then depending on their genes and all that kind of stuff, and even beyond that, it does depending on what it is that you need to arrive as. And that's what will come, man. We've seen strange things, but that really they're not really all that strange. So if it is that you know understand that we are all spirits and we're just kind of planted here to do a thing and just kind of balance out and see if we can make the most of this energy, this journey, so we can. It's almost like you know um, it's the fuel that we need, to take care of what it is that comes next. It's how best we can live this, how best we can learn for from all our moments, how best we can equip ourselves so whenever it is that we move forward, not thinking that we might be able to help ourselves and take care of ourselves, but knowing that we're able to do it. So when you understand that you're a spirit, you understand the importance of connecting to other spirits in an authentic kind of way that you can almost feed. You can almost feed. So what that simply means is that every person that you come in contact with, if you make it your responsibility, man. If you decide that you go make you're not you're just gonna be good. You're just gonna show goodness, and whatever it is that that person is going through, you just come from a place of authenticity. You don't have to try to do anything. You just don't have to try to be anything. All you have to do is just choose to be authentic and just choose to do the right thing. And what's going to happen is that you're going to be faced with the truth, with something that you can do to actually make the difference. And then you're going to be faced with your ego that says, remember what he did to you the last time. I remember what didn't happen here. I remember all of these different things. But if it is that you should go through your life and just choose all your relationships, as a matter of fact, choose the most difficult ones and choose to love. Just in that moment, absolutely. Choose to love and watch what happens. It will blow your mind. I guarantee it. Because what will happen is that they will keep coming with all kinds of stuff, and you will watch them go through all kind of different changes. You know what I mean? And all you have to do is just to stay true to the path. Because all they're doing is that they're waiting for a reason to say, see, I knew that this was another one of them things there. But no, man. You are in a different space now. When it is that you understand that you're a spirit and you start connecting to people and start creating relationships that are worth being around, relationships that are worth being in, having children that you love and they love you and that you get along, and it's not, I mean, just having an environment that is just conducive to your spirit, to your growth, to what it is that you want to do here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're all one. We're all one. So see every person that you come in contact with as just another one of your personalities that you need to get to know, and get to know it. And whatever it is that you do, transform it into something that will make your life better. Just that will add, that will enhance your life. That when you think of people, that when you see people, it's a joy to come in contact with them because there was this goodness shared between you. That was pretty much what it was. If if you can get it, if you can really understand, um, if you can really understand and connect the dots and start realizing that every person that you meet, um, the reason why you think that they're whatever you think that might be negative about them is because they don't believe in the same things that you believe, you know. And if it is that you just open up yourself a little bit more to not believe in everything and not even want to take on everybody else thing, but it's open to the idea that you know what they might, based on where it is that they come from, based on their upbringing, based on all their indoctrination and da 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 da, all that kind of stuff. That's what they believe. Because I mean, seriously, have you ever been arguing with someone and you look at them, and they're angry and all that kind of stuff? Do they look like they try to hurt you at that point, or do they look like they really believe what they're saying? And sometimes we say you're a lion and all of these different kind of things. And all when you say that, just take a look at the person. They believe everything that they're saying, just like you believe what it is that you're saying. And if it is that nobody's willing to give, then those two egos are gonna collide and they're gonna collide and they're gonna collide, and then you'll never get any peace. So, you're a spirit. And so you have to ensure that all the spirits that you come in contact with are in alignment with you and what it is that you want. Otherwise, you're going to spend a whole lot of time going in a circle. It's like almost a river that's getting caught in a current and going around and around and around. You know what I mean? You're going to get caught up in all that kind of stuff. So the idea is just to just stay the path. Just to stay clean. Just recognize what it is that it takes to move you. Recognize the things that it takes to make you feel good, to make you want to, I don't know, just do stuff, you know what I mean? Recognize that stuff and do more to empower yourself. And so the way that you motivate, the way that you inspire others is just simply by living your life. Just do your thing. You're not out to prove anything to anyone. Just do your thing, you know? So especially for the opposite sex, you know, the feminine and the masculine, I should say. Especially as the feminine and the masculine goes, every relationship requires a feminine and a masculine. The feminine, if it is that you are born as a man, it means that you now come in as the masculine representation of your spirit. But at the same time, the feminine aspect of you still lives. It still requires attention. It still requires to be stimulated. And so, because you cannot give that to yourself based on how it is that you came in, you have to now seek it in the opposite sex, which it is that is also created here on this level of life. And so you connect and you realize what happens when you connect with someone of the opposite sex. There's a certain way that you feel that you just don't feel it. When a feminine and a masculine energy connect, when a feminine and a masculine energy connect, especially in a space where they really desire this connection, it's unbelievable. It's magic that happens in that moment. So the idea is that if you take a look at it, it's almost like a tree. And if you water that, if you know that that tree requires water, it requires manure, it requires topsoil, it requires spray for the leaf, whatever it is that it requires. You know that these are the things that you need, and these are the steps that you're going to have to take, and these are the amount of times that you have to water it and all that kind of stuff. If for whatever reason you choose not to water that thing, whatever happens to it is as a result of what it is that you chose not to do. So if it is that you want good fruits and all that kind of stuff from it and you want them in a timely manner or whatever, you have to put your time in. You have to do what it is that you need to do to grow the tree to the point where the tree will now serve you in terms of giving you fruits and giving you shade and giving you oxygen and whatever it is that you get from the tree. So take a look at the feminine energy and the masculine energy. If it is that you are whatever energy you are, if you take a look at the opposite, if you take on, for example, the feminine energy, I take on the feminine energy. It is now my responsibility to figure out what it is that it's going to take to allow that feminine energy to grow. And then deciding to give that to that feminine energy so that it can grow. And so that when it grows and blossoms, whatever it is that it bears must be sweetness to my soul. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the energy is that once you're able to recognize the oneness in the communion, with all spirits, all individual, all humans on this earth, because each of them gives you an opportunity to express another side of you, your interaction with the boys, being able to laugh, being able to do things that you don't necessarily do with the girls, is an opportunity for you to express more of your masculine and to enjoy that, you know what I mean, and to just be a part of that. And then when it is that you're with your lady or with your feminine, you express a different kind of vibration there. But all of you needs expression. And the idea is to create an environment where everything is at the level where it serves you. Everything is at the level where it serves you. And so all the people in your life that you don't get along with or so on and so forth, it is now your responsibility to love them. Because if it is that you are coming from a place of love, if you're bringing only love, I don't care what it is that they've done to you. It's time. Let it go. It's not serving you. It's foolishness. Done with it. You know what I mean? It's really and truly that simple. If you think about how many years you have held on to stuff that have brought you absolutely nowhere, what is it going to do? What is the use of hating someone? What is the use of thinking that they're the worst person in the world? What is the use of thinking that when you were a kid they treated you like this and they treated you like that? Let them go. You've carried them for all of these years and it has not served you. The amount of energy that you lose, the amount of creative power that you lose holding on to people, holding them down, thinking about all these things. Every time you think about them in that kind of way, you pull away from your own creativity. And so all that juice that you need to fire up yourself to get what it is that you need to do done, you spend all of that energy on other people. You spend all of those energies in different places. You spend that energy in traffic, for crying out loud, yelling at people that can't hear you. So all I'm saying is that it's time. You can have your freedom right now, right this minute. You just got to choose it. You absolutely just got to choose it. We're spirit. We're manifested on this level of life as flesh. I as man, you as woman, whatever the case is. My feminine, your my masculine. I can express my masculine because I come in that form, but I need the feminine expression. And so that is it. It don't mean that we're not one. We're all one. We're all connected. We're all intertwined. We're all here to trot our journey and interact and trot some more journey and interact and trot some more journey. So worry not thyself. It's an absolutely amazing, amazing world. It's an absolutely amazing experience. So think about it as just going someplace new and having the opportunity to create whatever it is that you want to create. This is your world. You can make it whatever you choose. Absolutely whatever you choose. You can have whatever relationships you have. So all of the relationships that you have right now that you think are tough are you. It's not anybody else. If it's you. You attracted them for some reason. And once that reason is gone, once you've learned your lesson or whatever the case is, that relationship can easily be transformed into something that is about ease and grace because you would have seen exactly why it is that it came when it did. The energy is all around you. You have to line your ducks up. You can talk about how much filth your ducks are leaving in your yard, but at the same time, if you line them up, you can have a different story. You can be getting eggs, you can be do whatever it is that you choose. You know what I mean? Make the things make the things in your life work for you.